It's starting to feel like the new normal. Every day, another report saying US tourism is in trouble. But it's always the same excuses. The tariffs, the weather, the exchange rate, I don't know, gas. I've heard a lot of funny stuff. And every time I hear that, it pushes me farther away from wanting anything to do with the US. We're only 7 months into Trump's term, and he and his 77 million followers have already wrecked America's image for generations. I'm just sitting here with my popcorn, watching this circus unfold, and there's still 3.5 years to go. Today's video includes a few updates from both sides of the border, plus a feel-good story about how Canadian tourism is actually doing. Now, before we get into it, here's a short video from a YouTube friend of mine.
And I have a friend over there in Canada that I've met through YouTube. You guys might want to check him out. His channel is called Guard the Leaf, and he is a reliable source for my information on what some Canadians are thinking or feeling about Donald Trump and his absolute nonsense. This dude makes really good videos, Guard the Leaf. I like him a lot, and I don't know how much pull I actually have here on YouTube, but he's sitting right there around 38,000 subscribers. Do we have what it takes to get him his first 40,000? Are we able to send 2,000 people over there to press that subscribe button for him? I don't fucking know. We're gonna see. We're gonna find out, my friends. But anyway.
Big thanks to Josh for the shoutout. He's a solid guy, and I really appreciate his support. He and I have had some great chats over Blue Sky, and once his trucking schedule eases up, we're definitely going to try to plan to do a collab. It's going to be an interesting conversation, especially with how different our speaking styles are. But that's what's going to make it so good. Josh is one of the few creators in the US who says things straight, no filters, no sugarcoating. And he's not afraid to call out both Republicans and Democrat sides. He tells it like it is, and that's rare. He also gives me hope that there's still Americans out there who aren't afraid to speak up on YouTube against the tyranny of the Trump administration. I know a lot of you who follow me are also subscribed to his channel. But if you haven't checked lately, at the time I'm making this video, Josh is currently sitting at 69.4K subscribers. He's a friend of the channel, and I'd say he's earned that support. So let's go help him out. It's rare to see YouTubers support each other instead of competing against each other. So make sure to subscribe to the enemy from within, and let's help Josh break that 70K milestone. Stick around, I have more clips from Josh later on. Alright, let's get into the first clip. This one's from Greg the Uber driver on TikTok.
Canada, Canada, Canada. The Canadian Snowbirds are reducing their purchases of properties in Florida and Arizona and California in particular, and they are listing their properties at significantly higher percentages than ever before. Thank you, Donald Trump. So my Canadians, what do you think? You going to buy a property in the United States because of Donald Trump? You still want to be that 51st state? What do you think about all that? Well, here's what the actual numbers tell us for what's going on. I must focus predominantly on Florida since that's where I am, but I am going to give a nationwide figure. These figures the data are from Redfin, and the data is of July the 8th of 2025, and it shows here that the searches for homes across the United States by Canadians have dropped 26.4%. Specifically in Florida, we've seen in several of the major cities, we've seen a drop in Miami of 30%. We've seen a drop in Orlando of 29.6%. We've seen a drop in Tampa of 23.4%. We've seen a drop in Fort Lauderdale of 21.2%, which is where I am. And we've seen a drop in West Palm Beach of 16.7%.
Now this lines up with the video I did a few days ago about Florida snowbirds selling their homes and backing off from buying any property down south. But Greg takes it even further, breaking it down to the actual percentages city by city. And really, we shouldn't be surprised. The fact that Miami is at the top of the list with 30% drop means that millions of dollars of potential investment is now gone. And I know for a fact, many of you in the Guard the Leaf community have openly stated you sold your place the moment he got back into the office.
And also the Florida Realtors Association have noticed that they have noticed an increase in Canadian listings. They are at 2 to 3 times the normal amount of Canadians that would be listing for this time of year and the last several months. Again, Canadians are listing at 200 to 300% higher than they normally would. Why is that, Donald Trump? They don't want to be the 51st state. They're concerned about ICE snatching them up. They're concerned about having problems at the border. All this impacts the economy, and many of you may not see it, but it does ripple through the entire economy throughout the United States. And there are Canadians that have purchased properties or vacation across the United States This isn't vacation dollars. That's another several billion dollars we've lost, not only from Canada, but worldwide, because vacationers won't come here either because of Donald Trump and because of ICE. So there you have it. So my Canadians, you still looking to purchase in the United States? Are you selling your home or your condo in the United States? Let me know what you're due. Love to hear from my Canadians.
If you're on TikTok, I highly recommend that you follow Greg the Uber driver. He shares a ton of useful updates about what's happening in Florida and across the US. And most importantly, he actually understands where Canadians are coming from. To be honest, he packed more insight into his one short TikTok video than the real estate agent did in the entire video I did last time. Now, for this next report, a few of you sent it to me by email. Let's take a look.
With August arriving tomorrow, it's clear Americans this summer are cashing out of some of the most popular summer hotspots. Las Vegas especially hit hard, with visitors down 11% from last year. One factor? Sky-high prices. A simple dinner of cheeseburger and fries at one restaurant on the Strip was $16.95 4 years ago, and now it's $30.95. But perhaps the biggest factor behind the summer slowdown? Fewer international visitors, including Canadians, down 13% this year.
I've definitely heard of thousands of layoffs with dealers and just casino workers.
Some workers relying on tips say their income has dropped by more than half.
This lines up with one of the clips I showed in the Vegas video, where a waitress said she used to make about $300 to $500 a night on tips, and now she's around $125 or somewhere around there. That's a massive drop, especially for hospitality workers who rely entirely on tips to get by. But what stood out to me in this report is that they actually mentioned international tourists. That almost never happens in Las Vegas media. It's like they're allergic to saying the words international tourists.
Ted Papageorge leads the local culinary workers union.
Well, our members are quite concerned right now. The companies are holding off on hiring.
Across the country, Cape Cod and other parts of New England also seeing a drop in crowds. Cape Cod vacation rentals are down 20% this season.
Well, that's the first time I've heard Cape Cod is struggling as well. I'll be honest, I don't know much about that area myself. So if you're from the Cape Cod area, or you used to visit it regularly, drop a comment below and let me know what it's like there right now. Sounds like I might need to do a bit of digging on this one.
Many Canadians say they canceled their trips after President Trump's tariffs and rhetoric this year when he referred to Canada as the 51st state.
We took it very, very seriously.
This Canadian tourist not traveling to the U.S. this summer explained her mindset to PBS, saying Canadians want to be heard.
We don't have a lot of tools. And, well, tourism is one of the tools that we have.
So another report and another location saying they're struggling. And yep, another Vegas is too expensive headline. We're 7 months into Trump's term, and I really wonder if the US media will stop downplaying this and actually sound the alarm. My guess? Probably not until winter hits and the Canadian Snowbirds don't come back. At this point, I'd rather listen to creators like Greg the Uber driver or my friend, the enemy from within, because they're telling the real story of what's actually happening in the US. Here's a clip from Josh, and I'm gonna let this one play straight through.
Donald Trump launches all these fucking trade wars with these other countries. And I understand from talking to my Canadian friends, that wasn't the most offensive part. It was the part where he kept saying that Canada was going to be the 51st state. Basically, you're not a sovereign nation anymore. You are now under the rule of King Donald Trump. And you know what? That's offensive to me too, because I don't even like that son of a bitch. I don't know if you guys have gathered that. I'm not a Donald Trump fan. I don't know if I've been too subtle in my messaging, but what I meant to say the entire time was fuck Donald Trump. That's what the message I've been trying to get out, my friends. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I don't get my words out the right way. Anyways, Canada has responded by boycotting American products and, most importantly, tourism, which is one of the things America actually fucking excels at. It's one of the things we're good at. We're good at resorts and casinos and cruise ships and fucking hotels and fucking amusement parks and water parks and fuck, the list goes on and on of all the things we're good at. But you strap a fucking red hat on your stupid goofy ass fucking head apparently, and you say we've got all this massive industry in America, but fuck that, I want to sew Nikes, goddammit. I am tired of all the amusement and all the enjoyment that people get. I'm tired of it. I want to work in a fucking sweatshop where I sew fucking Nikes together for 50 cents a day, goddammit. Where are the real jobs in America? And it turns out MAGA don't know what the fuck they're talking about. That's the stupidest shit you've ever heard when you say it out loud, now isn't it? Anyways, this has caused a huge drop in tourism in America. I know I mentioned it recently when talking about Las Vegas, but it is nationwide at this point, where a lot of cities, states are losing tons and tons of revenue because of Donald Trump's poor foreign policy. And it's somewhere up there, I believe what I read earlier was like $29 billion lost from the United States economy due to loss of tourism. Now, it's not just Canada. Canada obviously has been very instrumental in this charge against Donald Trump and making sure that his stupid fucking decisions backfire on him. But it is worldwide. A lot of people are just refusing to come to America for a lot of fucking reasons. There's so many fucking reasons. Apparently, my friend I mentioned, Guard the Leaf, put up I hope I said Guard the Leaf earlier. If I said Guarding the Leaf, I apologize, but Guard the Leaf. I'm going to put a link to his channel in my normal pinned comment. Let's see if we can get him those extra 2,000 subs. Get him his first 40,000. He's a good content creator. He really is. Anyways, so I was watching one of his videos where he talked about a $250, I guess, visa fee that the American government is now charging tourists that come here for vacation, for business, things like that. And you know what? When you think about it, it's actually a really good fucking deal. I want you to follow along with me for just a second. For the low price, my friends, of $250, you can come to America, you can go out, mind your business until ICE catches up with you, throws you on the ground, puts the little plastic zip tie handcuffs on you, makes a big production out of it and how they're arresting the criminals, and then they ship you off to an El Salvador concentration camp or the new and improved Alligator Alcatraz, which is in the fucking swamps of Florida, and if you try to leave, the gators will eat you, and you're provided probably 3 meals a day, probably. It's full of maggots, it's rotted, but it is 3 meals a day. You have a place to sleep, not necessarily a bed, but like a place where eventually you can fall over from exhaustion and pass the fuck out, and don't we all want that?
Yep, that collab is definitely going to be a good one. I can't wait to make it happen. But going back to what Josh brought up, whether we like it or not at this point, the United States used to be good at tourism. People from all over the world would want to visit. Even citizens from other countries with lower incomes would save up just to experience it. But now, it's a place that most people want to avoid, and for a lot of different reasons. This is where the US stands today. And yeah, in a way, it's sad to watch it fall like this. But as a Canadian, I'm ready to move on, and I'm mentally dropping it from my list. If you want to watch the full video from Josh, I'll leave it in the description as well as the pinned comment. To wrap this video up, the final report comes right here from Canada, and we're starting to see more Canadians choose to spend their money at home instead.
Instead of heading south this summer, Jennifer Cox and her kids traveled from their home in Langley, British Columbia,
There, let's go look. There's geese.
to Victoria, Lake Louise, and now Winnipeg.
We might have chosen to travel somewhere else, but this year we decided to stay Canada, and I think we will for the near future.
They say President Donald Trump is the reason they're avoiding travel to the U.S. Same goes for Maureen Powers, who's on her way to Muskoka from Vancouver.
I'm happy to be here and don't even watch American TV anymore, let alone visit.
How many of you can actually relate to what these two Canadians just said? We have to remember, this channel is just a small drop in the big bucket. There are millions of Canadians and even international allies who are choosing to boycott the US. But what makes me proud is seeing so many of you deciding to travel within Canada and keep your money right here at home.
CAA has seen a 13% bump in people buying insurance to travel within Canada this year. Occupancy rates at Canadian hotels are up too. The CoStar Group, which tracks hotel bookings, says in June, 76% of rooms were full. In Toronto, that number is 83%. And Vancouver hotels are 87% booked.
So you're selling over 3 out of 4 rooms across the nation.
The Tourism Industry Association of Canada says so far all indicators point to a strong summer season.
I'm certainly seeing that. Statistics Canada, other information is certainly indicating all early indicators that there is an increase in Canadian and domestic tourism.
The federal government has been trying to incentivize travelers to visit Canada too. It introduced the Canada Strong Pass, which provides free admission to national parks and historic sites.
So the Canada Strong Pass was introduced, and it looks like Canadians are really making the most out of it. Hotel occupancy is up across the country, and I couldn't be more proud to be Canadian right now. MAGA thought we would fold, US businesses assumed summer would go back to normal, and they all thought the boycott was just a phase. Sorry, USA, but you were wrong. Let me know in the comments. Are you feeling as proud as I am to be Canadian after hearing this report?
And discounts at participating provincial museums and galleries, as well as discounts traveling on Via Rail, which has received more than 33,000 bookings using the pass since June 16th.
We went to Niagara Falls.
Arvind Ravindranath in Toronto used the pass to show his parents around. They're visiting from India.
So it's a good way for me to show them the sights. So yeah, it's definitely a good initiative.
Those working in the industry say while it's wonderful Canadian travelers are exploring their own country this year, they also want Americans and international visitors to know they'll always be welcome here too.
And I want to repeat her message loud and clear. International tourists from Europe, Asia, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, and everywhere else around the world, you are more than welcome to Canada. And yes, I also personally want to welcome US citizens as well, just not the ones wearing the red Trump hats. You see, Canadians don't actually hate all Americans. We take issue with the one in the office, his administration, and the 77 million who voted for him. And yes, even the ones that didn't vote at all. Because not voting, that's still a choice, and in this case, it helped put Trump back in power. So if you're out and about in Canada, and you see international tourists, including Americans, don't be afraid to say hi. Let them know that we appreciate their support. I've done this a few times myself around Vancouver, and every time, the response has been positive. People are thankful, and many have even said they stand with Canada. So let's keep that Canada hospitality going. Let's show our visitors that they're welcome here. If you found this video helpful, hit the like and subscribe button to help spread the message, and also share it with your friends. And if you're still here and you still want to hear my voice, check out the other videos showing on your screen now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.